we're going to now talk about 3D shapes. Your 3D shapes are your three-dimensional shapes. That means they have volume, they take up space, they are not flat like your square and rectangle and the other 2D shapes you've learned about. 3D means it has volume and takes up space. This is a cube. This is one of the 3D shapes you need to learn. This one's called a cube. And I have outlined this side in red so that you can actually see. These are called the edges, so you can actually see an edge. This flat surface here is called the face. So there's a face, there's a face, there's a face, there's a face, and then you've got top and bottom. So there are 6 faces on a cube. All right, cube, it has 6 faces, 6 flat surfaces. So if I needed to draw a square, I could use a cube and I could trace around the bottom and I would have a perfect square. Every face is a square. Now let's talk about the word edge, because you're going to see this in your work. When 2 faces come together and they make that line is called the edge. There's an edge, there's an edge, there's an edge, there's an edge. So let's count all the edges on a cube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's 12 edges on a cube. The next one we're going to talk about is the rectangular prism, the rectangular solid. You can call it either one. A rectangular prism looks like this. And you can see the rectangles. That's how it got its name, the rectangular prism. I've outlined this side in blue so that you can actually see the edges and how that face makes a rectangle. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got to count the top and the bottom, which is 6. So again, with your rectangular prism or your rectangular solid, you're going to have 6 faces again. Now the difference, this is what you got to know, the difference between the cube and the rectangular prism. The cube, every single face makes a square. No matter how you turn it, you're going to have a square. With the rectangular prism, you've got rectangles, but look at the bottom. Look at the top. You've got 4 rectangles and 2 squares, which is equal to 6 faces, just like the cube. So they both have 6 faces. So do you think they both have 12 edges? Yes, they do. And I'll point them out and show them to you. So that's how they're alike. They both have 6 faces. They both have 12 edges. And let me point those out to you on the rectangular prism. So again, the edge, where 2 faces come together and create that line. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there's 12 edges on a rectangular prism. Now let's talk about one more word you need to know. I tried to darken the corner there. Can you see that corner? Now on 2D shapes, we call those corners. But when you have a 3D shape, a 3-dimensional shape, you're going to call that corner a vertex. So you can see here where the edges are all coming together and they meet at that point. That's called the vertex. So when you count your vertexes, you're going to kind of count the corners again. And there are 8 corners or 8 vertex. When you make it plural, you can say vertexes, or you can call it vertices to make it plural. But just one is the vertex. So there's 8 on the cube, 8 on the rectangular prism. So now let's review. This is called the face, the flat surface. What is this line called? This is your edge, and the point where the edges meet is called the vertex. And 3D shapes have volume, they take up space, they are not flat. They're 3-dimensional. Last word we want to talk about is the word polygon. You may see the word polygon in your work. Polygon just means that you've got a shape that has straight, closed sides. Circles and ovals are not polygons because there's a curved side. Any shape with straight sides is considered a polygon. So your triangle is a polygon. All the quadrilaterals that you've learned, they're all polygons. The pentagon, the hexagon, the octagon are all considered polygons because their shape is made up of straight sides. All right, I'll check on you later.